going to be making a video on this tour of OGO Toys. The man Shannon was really nice to let us in today, so let's go have a look.
Really?
Okay. So Shannon, would you like to give us a tour?
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is OGO Toys. I used to have a toy and pop culture museum in Lexington, North Carolina that was called the Ogopagus. So Alan, who owns Ultimate Comics, and I got together and opened up this place here inside of Ultimate Comics Cary, and we shortened it to OGO Toys. And we buy and sell vintage toys. We shoot to get stuff in from 99 and back. Sometimes we go a little bit newer, but we like to get older stuff when we can. And I can give you a quick rundown of the shop. We keep a lot of our loose G.I. Joe guys right over here. And then we have plenty of vehicles to go with them, along with some of our Star Wars stuff that would not fit on the smaller shelves too, like the AT-AT and the TIE Fighter. We do some parts and paper, so if you need blueprints or just weapons for your figures, we keep some of that stuff in there. Over here we have some of the displayed items in our case. This one here is some stuff that Alan and I picked out of our own personal collection. It's also for purchase. We just have to kind of hunt one down for you. Everything else is by the item you see. And we do help people find stuff as well. So we have lists of people who are looking for certain items, and we do our best to track those down and try to get it in a price range that they're looking for. Here we have a lot of our one-offs, which I love knockoffs, and it can be a knockoff of anything. I just really enjoy non-licensed sci-fi and horror and everything. This section here is kind of a miscellaneous, and then we have some of our Power of the Force Star Wars stuff there. The display cases here are mostly action figures, but there are a couple of vehicles in there too, like the old Tonka Jeep and everything. We try to put stuff together as best we can, but we do have sections where certain things end up at. We try to put most of our completed Transformers in this little case right here. We've been selling a lot of them around the holidays. It seems like they're definitely picking up with the Bumblebee movie and everything. But we do love getting in Transformers, and I still enjoy them a lot myself. We have some of our loose Star Wars figures here from the 77 through 83 lines. And we keep those out all the time so people can go through them and see which ones we have and who they're looking for. They're all priced by grade, so we have some that are very affordable as well. I have a lot of stuff on this case up here, but we keep some of our smalls in here. Dime store toys and prizes and premiums, and then just a big mix of other colorful, what I still call dime store toys. We have these turtles here that are signed by Kevin Eastman, and they're unpunched. Some of the 1988 soft heads, and those are really popular with our turtle collectors. Then of course we have our lunch boxes. Tons of people love lunch boxes, even though they're not really used metal lunch boxes anymore. They're a huge collector piece, kind of like Pez, where they're sort of like accessible to everyone. Everyone has memories of Pez and lunch boxes, and hoping to get some more lunch boxes in because they're super popular and we sell pretty quick when we get them. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so we got this case, and it's kind of like, I don't know, superheroes in the one part there. And then the other part, we sort of keep parts and pieces for Transformers. So all the people who have ones that they would like to repair themselves, they can get pieces here and fix those themselves. We have a selection of heroes that are carded. Some of the 90s stuff from the X-Men. Have some loose Batman animated series figures we got in recently, which now I realize I'm looking at them, we've sold quite a few of them. Let's see, what else? This section over here is just kind of a really random selection of multiple properties, as well as those down there. Some loose turtles, and then some 70s figures. Then we have a little $3 shelf. Everything's $3. And then a huge collage of everything from Conan to X-Files, Xena, and then some of the Power of the Force stuff that's a little bit higher than our other section. Definitely probably have more male-oriented toys and stuff, but we do make an active try to get some stuff for little girls as well. But it seems like that a lot of males and females collect the same property when it comes to Star Wars and G.I. Joe and Transformers, so I think of them as very unisex. Even though the developers probably were gearing them towards little boys, they become, you know, something for everybody at this point. Let's see if there's anything else I can think of. Let's see. Bottom shelf there. And then we keep a few games in. We don't have a big demand for games, but we try to keep a few around in the shop. We had a nice 70s Bigfoot game that we sold really fast, but we still have a Star Wars game and some 60s games. Oh yeah, and the trains. We try to keep a little bit of train stuff around. I don't think as big as it was at one point, but we do have some young people who do trains as well, so we try to keep some trains around for those guys. And then sometimes we get lucky and stuff does come in still in the pack, so we have the carded versions, and sometimes we can actually get some boxes as well, like these Star Wars vehicles over here. We have boxes and vehicles, and those actually come with the instruction sheets as well, and they're all complete. So it was nice to find those in that condition. We have some really great customers who buy stuff from us, but we also have some great customers who like to bring us stuff as well. And we've been really fortunate with some of the buys and collections we've gotten in. And here's the mascot from the old museum that we hope to have out front at some point. We got him all decorated up for Christmas. He had a little accident last week and got knocked over, but he's repaired and ready to go again.
So, I had 3 questions
Okay.
to ask you.
Absolutely.
Number 1, what made you start this old retro toy store?
So I had always just collected for myself, just being out, whether it be at a flea market or a yard sale, and if I could find stuff that I enjoyed from when I was a kid, I would pick it up. And then at some point, I realized I had a large collection of stuff, and I was back in Lexington, North Carolina, where my parents live, and there were some places for rent, so I decided to open up my first shop, and I did it as a partial store and a partial toy museum where people could come in and view old toys, and then we had a section where you could purchase different old toys. And basically it was something I'd always thought about, and I think having the ability for some lower rent in Lexington made that possible for me to get it started there. But it's been a lot more successful now that I moved it inside of the Ultimate Comics here in Cary. We get lots more traffic through, and just in general, there's a lot more people in Cary than there are in Lexington. So I think more people are finding out about us here.
Okay, the second question is, what are some toys that you collected as a kid?
All right. So I definitely like the Star Wars line. I know a lot of people also collected those. Of course, Transformers, and then Masters of the Universe with He-Man. But then I also like some lesser known, like Metal Men, little figures made out of solid metal. Of course, Mego figures were big when I was younger, and they've kind of made a comeback now too. And of course, all kinds of monster-related stuff, whether it be Godzilla or Alien, Universal monsters. I always really enjoyed collecting monsters.
What was your absolute, favorite toy?
As a kid,
Like, what would you always play with? and you would always put on your list for like Christmas?
Oh wow, that's a good question. That's a really good one. I think when I was younger, it was probably going through the different Star Wars movies. So like when Empire came out, I'm sure I wanted like tauntauns and snow speeders and AT-ATs, and then when Jedi was out, I'm sure I wanted like a speeder bike, or maybe the new Luke Skywalker, the Bespin Luke Skywalker that so many people look for now. It's got like 5 or 6 hair color variants. But I was lucky enough to have, the alien from the first Alien movie too. And I think my folks just bought it for me because they knew I like monsters. I definitely had never seen it as a kid. So I think, I'd say probably the alien figure, or maybe some of those Metal Men figures. I remember enjoying those a lot as a kid.
Okay. So is that your tour of that's your whole store?
Yeah, that is it. That is it.
Okay. So guys, remember Talala1, bye guys. Subscribe, like, and if you have the chance, please check out the store. So bye.